Yes, exactly. So our weather headlines today, we're starting off with the fact that you need an umbrella. We've got on and off rain, and I can tell you the rain is in Boston right now. It's not especially heavy at this point, but you know, we could have a couple of downpours at times. As far as tomorrow goes, pick of the week. Instead of umbrellas, you'll want the sunglasses tomorrow, and then next week, I think we've got a ton of good outdoor days. Next week is looking really warm and dry as well. But this is our setup this morning, and you can see as we move ahead a couple of hours, we're just going to keep going with this chance for rain, especially north and west of Boston during the morning hours. Looking soggy, maybe a patchy shower passing down across southeastern Mass. Noontime is a point where we have the opportunity for a lull in several cities. We're probably still going to have a couple hit or miss showers popping up on radar, but overall, we're going to be in and out of the rain. So although we get different waves of rain throughout the day, we also get these breaks where you can try and run out, run a couple of errands, perhaps maybe walk the dog if you have to do that. 3 p.m. we've got some rain around with the kids coming home from school, and this is also when we have the chance for an embedded thunderstorm. I just want to mention that because I know we've got after school. Temperature wise this afternoon, I've got highs in the 50s. We're already in the 50s in Boston, so it's just going to stay kind of cool through the rest of the day. Tonight we dip back into the 40s, everybody, as skies clear out, and then tomorrow, the day you've been waiting for, temperatures are going to be back in the 70s, everybody. Sunshine, it's going to be mild. This is the day. You guys asked for a repeat of Sunday. I think we're going to do that for tomorrow. So loving that. Otherwise, I'd say the only bump in the road with the Thursday forecast is when it dries out and warms up, the pollen levels go up. So you might need to grab some tissues because you might be sneezing a little bit more. Friday night into Saturday, slight risk for some showers. And the weekend is looking a bit windy. This is actually how Friday night into Saturday is playing out right now. And you could see almost all of the rain staying well to our south. Southernmost New England, most at risk for getting clipped by a few showers, especially on Sunday morning. Saturday morning. But the rest of the region really trending dry, including the Boston area. So 7-day forecast with the weekend always in view. We're on a weather alert today for nuisance rain. It's not because we're going severe weather. It's because it is going to be a little inconvenient to navigate those showers. Loving the sunshine tomorrow. Of course, we've got that slight risk for some Saturday showers, and then we're off to warmer weather next week. And it's eventually going to happen out there. So I do have conditions getting warmer as we go, getting brighter as we go. We should be rolling into the 60s shortly in the greater Boston area, but we go from mostly cloudy early this morning to broken clouds and sunshine by lunchtime today. So the weather pattern has high pressure just to our north. The position of that high pressure is directing in our winds from the water. So we've got this east breeze today, and that's kind of a cool breeze for us, especially at the coastline. I wouldn't worry too much about all this moisture you see to our south. It is going to stay to our south. We tap into mostly sunny skies this afternoon, and you can see that clearing effect as the day goes on. Just a couple there for you. Overnight tonight, we're going to keep it pretty quiet, but temperatures drop into the 40s, and we haven't been in the 40s. Actually, after this, I'm going to check the last time we were in the 40s, because this is going to feel like a little shock to the system. It's going to kind of feel like fall when you wake up tomorrow morning between the lower temperatures and the lower humidity. Tomorrow afternoon, though, we've got highs back in the 70s in a lot of spots, maybe some beach 60s. Temperatures going a little higher tomorrow. I think the sun's a little bit brighter for your Wednesday plans. Temperatures continue to go up. In fact, we should flirt with about 80 degrees by Friday. But temperatures aren't the only thing, because humidity is also going to be rising. So today through Thursday, we're talking dew points in the 40s, which translates to dry air and comfortable air. Dew point temperatures going up back into the 60s is going to mean sticky conditions starting on Friday and continuing through the weekend. Plus, that added bit of moisture is going to help fuel clouds and possibly some showers as well. So we're keeping it dry today through Thursday. Friday, I could see a few maybe early sprinkles or a late day shower. I still think a lot of Friday ends up being dry. Best chance for on and off rain ends up being Saturday. That's when our cold front is currently timed to come through. Could speed up or slow down. Yeah, we're trying to forget last year, like 4th of July, the whole week was miserable. This Memorial Day, though, we've got wake up temperatures already in the 60s. So if you are going to a service this morning, if you're going to an event, temperatures are actually very comfortable outside right now. Hyannis at 69 degrees, same in Orleans, 70 right now in Marshfield, upper 60s in Boston, Waltham, and in Stoughton. We're seeing 70s popping in Natick, Wayland, and Framingham. Worcester 65 degrees, and in Worcester today you can see that this hourly warm up really takes us back to the 80s by noontime today, and I'd say mid to upper 80s are expected this afternoon. We're going to toss in a couple of scattered clouds, but overall it's looking bright and it's looking pretty darn hot. In fact, the beach forecast is going to be in the 70s and the 80s too. The water temperature is still really cold. That ocean water for most of you is still in the 50s. It's going to be really just like feeling freezing cold out there. Might feel nice on the toes though with this kind of hot weather. I'll show you some of the hot and cool beaches coming up. Here's Catherine with a check on the roads. A hot day. It's going to be a lot like summer. In fact, check out all these spots around 90 degrees from Haverhill to Lowell down to Bedford, Framingham, and across the Cape, the islands in the south coast where wind is coming in off the water. Since water temperatures are still in the 50s, it's just cooling down the air as it moves ashore. So it is going to feel a little more comfortable down there. Keeping the forecast today, of course, bright and mostly clear tonight. We could end up with a little pop-up thunderstorm or shower. I think tomorrow coverage is going to be pretty limited. I don't think that we're going to see a ton of wet weather. Most of you should end up being dry. But then on Wednesday, shower chances go up, especially during the afternoon and night. And we're going to keep a few showers around. Close to 90 this afternoon in Boston, Framingham, and in Lawrence. I've got upper 80s in Central Mass, down to Middleborough as well. 88 degrees Manchester, New Hampshire. But the beaches themselves run a few degrees cooler, and especially once you get down to the Cape and the South Coast, this is where it gets weird. Because I think Boston could see 80 degrees in the morning, but then temperatures go backwards during the day, and we take you back into the 60s tomorrow afternoon. In fact, looks like Middleborough is going to be at about 66 degrees, Hyannis 65. This is again for tomorrow. We still have some 70s in Providence and Framingham and Fitchburg, close to 80 degrees in Worcester, and close to 90 degrees in Springfield. So it's this big range in temperatures because the cold air is so slowly progressing here. So this is how it looks. This is our back cold front. It's when it comes in from the north and the east, everybody. So basically cool air presses into New England, but it's a slow process. So we're still left with all this warm air across Western Mass and Connecticut. That's why some of these spots could see 90 degrees, where here it's going to be like in the 60s at the local beaches. Wednesday comes along with a better chance for some showers. So what I'm thinking is that on Tuesday, where that warm and cold air clashes, we might end up with like a pop-up shower or a pop-up thunderstorm. But Wednesday in the afternoon and night, we've got this. Yeah, and that wind, man, that wind is with us again for today. So if you're just hitting the road heading into work, definitely recommend a hot cup of coffee. Temperatures mostly in the lower 50s now, and I've got upper 50s for many of you this afternoon, which means keep that sweatshirt close by. You felt it yesterday, and we're doing it all over again today. We've got those winds that will gust about 25 to 30 miles per hour from Boston to Worcester. I think some slightly stronger winds down across southeastern Mass, maybe gusting to about 35 miles per hour down there. So it is going to be breezy. And whenever we've got a northeast wind and that wind coming in off the water, it really keeps things cooler, especially at the coastline, which is why you see more 50s along the coast. 55 Beverly, upper 50s in Boston, lower 50s Plymouth down to the Cape and the islands. Hot spots today. We've got Bedford at about 62, Fitchburg to Nashua at about 65 degrees. We're also tapping into sunny skies in Boston, but keep in mind that here's lunchtime at noon. Through late morning and early afternoon, we could see a little wave of passing clouds, Cape and Islands, maybe a stray little sprinkle over Nantucket. I really don't think that we're going to see very much today at all. We're back to clear skies by sunset tonight, but the picture actually changes a little tomorrow as we bring in a bit more cloud cover, perhaps a little drizzle to get the day started down across the coastline or southeastern Mass, and there might be a lonely afternoon shower. But again, I want to stress, Boston's going to be dry tomorrow. Most of the area is going to be dry, and those clouds are much, much thinner north and west of Boston. Probably a pretty sharp cutoff to the clouds. Really barely going to add up. I don't even have a chance for rain in Boston because I do believe it's going to be dry with partly cloudy skies for Wednesday. We'll brighten it a little on Thursday. That's when the pattern shifts and we get back into the 70s, 80s for many Friday and Saturday. I'll warn you now, the coastline's going to be a bit cooler, and then Sunday into Monday there might be a few pop-up showers. Jean? The dog ends up covered in them every time, I swear. All right, so the windy weather today, if you are going to be out and about at all, you're going to want to bundle up anyways, just because it's going to have that same cool feel as the last couple days. Winds finally start to weaken tomorrow. It's going to be a slow process. The heat is on starting Thursday. We've got temperatures in the 70s and the 80s, and I think we've got our first taste North Reading, a little cooler with 54 in Quincy. But you can see as we head north and west, temperatures are warming quite a bit into the low in the mid 60s central Mass into southern New Hampshire. Sunshine in Bridgewater at about 56 degrees, Marshfield 53, and it's lower 50s Cape and Islands where we could see some brief clouds, and Nantucket is at risk for seeing a quick little shower coming through midday. So we'll have to watch that from really late morning into early afternoon. Overnight tonight, Cape and Islands might still see a little drizzle. I have a feeling in Boston it's going to be dry and it will look like this with a few clouds leaking in. And then for the day tomorrow, we've got highs again in the 50s and 60s in the same spots.